morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Jobu and Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you, it does not work. So let's get open for business here. Let's wake up those football gods. Wake up here, guys. Wake up. Wake up. There you go. Wake up. It does not work without you guys. And I hope you tune in tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern. As we sit just 21 days away from the draft, we'll be giving away this Super Bowl trophy. Adam Archer, don't worry, I got yours on the way. It's coming. I'm actually in the process of building. I've got 10 more out there that are being made. And we have a new addition to the family, too, and hopefully I'll have one of those done tonight so that way you guys can check it out. So be here because anybody who does a donation to my GoFundMe, and if you did a donation to GoFundMe, I sent you an email out there asking for your address. I need to get those addresses back to the GoFundMe page email address so that way we can get out your shot glasses as well. But tune in tonight. Anybody that's gone in the GoFundMe or anybody who does a super chat, you're entered into the drawings for the Joe Barty Trophy. All right, so we sit 21 days away from the NFL draft, and it is going to be fun. This year has been a different year than any other year. We've had so much change in quarterback situations and potential quarterback change in position and potential between Deshaun Watson, that could still happen, and of course Russell Wilson, which isn't going to happen. But we've seen teams that are jockeying trying to find quarterbacks. You know, Andy Dalton goes to the Bears after them letting go of Mitch Trubisky. You see Sam Darnold's been let go or traded to Carolina. We know Carson Wentz has left the building, and he is now on his way, of course, with Indianapolis. We've got Jared Goff going to the Lions and Matthew Stafford going to the Rams. We know Drew Brees retires, and we don't know if it's going to be Shameless Winston or if it's going to be Tyson Hill who's going to be the quarterback there. And the Cowboys, well, they re-signed their quarterback, Dak Prescott, that they picked up in the 4th round. And this is where, as a Cowboy fan, you should actually go, whew. Because this year, teams have been trying to trade and get a quarterback. Or they're trying to draft a quarterback, and they say this is a great quarterback draft. There's a lot of guys out there to get. And I think, I've got to look back, but I don't remember the potential of 3 quarterbacks taken in the first 3 picks. And there may be more quarterbacks than that taken in the first 5, top 5. And the thing about this is, or at least what I like to do, I like to look back at the past. Because if you don't know where you've been, you really don't know where you're going. And in the past, you know, what I try and do, you know, I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I come up with my own conclusions. You can find patterns. It doesn't mean that it's always going to hold true. There's always exceptions to the rule. But you can find patterns that will lead you to a conclusion. And more times than not, the history repeats itself. Even though we hear, you know, it was almost comical to me because we would always hear fans say, let Dak walk. Let Dak walk. We'll just pick up another quarterback. Okay, so, you know, Carolina, do you think Carolina feels that they've got a Super Bowl quarterback now that they've traded for Sam Darnold? Do you think the Bears feel like they've got a Super Bowl quarterback getting Andy Dalton? Do you think the Rams are happy that they gave up a king's ransom for Jared Goff to get him, only to give him, along with another king's ransom, to get Matthew Stafford? Do you think the 49ers are ecstatic about having to give up so much draft capital in desperation to move up into the draft to get a quarterback? And let's assume they're drafting a quarterback. I don't think they moved up to the 3rd spot to take a tight end. Dallas Cowboys. Teams are desperate for quarterbacks. But here's the reality, and I don't think that there's been 3 quarterbacks taken with the first 3 picks. I got to go back and look, but I don't think that that's happened. I think the class of 84 was like the big quarterback drafting class, but I don't think they all went in the top 3. They were spread out. But here's the thing. I decided to look back at where we are. And here's the thing that's kind of crazy. Because if we go back since 2010 and look at the quarterbacks taken in the top 10, when we think at the Jags with the number one pick, is there any doubt that they're going to take Trevor Lawrence? There's no doubt. Okay. They're going to take him. We know that. They need a quarterback. And now that the Jets have taken Sam Bradford and traded him for a ham sandwich to Carolina, they got to take a quarterback. And the 49ers, of course, will take a quarterback. Here's the thing that's kind of crazy. I want to go through the list of all the top 10 drafted quarterbacks in the last 11 drafts. And as you start going through this, you realize how difficult it is to get a quarterback. Of all of the quarterbacks that were taken in the top 5, only 2 actually have played in a Super Bowl, not winning one, just played in one. And of all of the quarterbacks in the top 10, only 1 has a Super Bowl ring. So let me go through this list real quick, because if you are now the Jets, the Jags, and the 49ers, and potentially maybe somebody trades the number 4 pick for a quarterback as well, the highway is littered with teams that were desperate and tried to get that quarterback and didn't. The Rams, 2010, Sam Bradford, stayed injured, never won a playoff game. Cam Newton, 2011, number 1 pick. He did play in the Super Bowl, had a good career, NFL MVP, but has been injured the last couple of years or so. Also in that draft, Jake Locker was drafted 8th. Jake Locker by the Titans. And by the Jags, 10th pick, Blaine Gabbert. So far, out of 4 quarterbacks, you've got 1 that's got a playoff win. 2012, Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck, he's got some playoff wins. He's got some victories, but an injured career. RG3, got a playoff game. 1 good year, rookie of the year, but since then, nothing. 2013, nothing. 2014, nothing. 2015, 1-2. Jameis Winston, who right now is no longer with Tampa Bay, of course, is with the Saints. Marcus Mariota, who's backing up for the Raiders, was the 2nd pick. 2016, Jared Goff, 1st pick, of course. He did play in the Super Bowl. Did not get the ring, got traded. He had really, that Super Bowl year was a really good year with Gurley, but the other years he left you wanting a lot. Carson Wentz had literally 13 good games. I know they'll go through and they'll say, oh, well, he was. No, he wasn't. He actually had really good teams around him and a great defense and a really good offensive line. Again, traded. 2017, you had 2 taken in the top 10. Mitch Trubisky, they traded up to get, Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes at 10 is the only one that has a Super Bowl ring. 2018, Baker Mayfield was 1st. Sam Darnold, again. Josh Allen, that's a good one. Josh Allen does have playoff wins, I forgot, but he's not in top 5. And Josh Rosen. So let's take 2018 right now for the sake of argument, because there were 4 quarterbacks taken in the top 10. So right now we know that Jacksonville, Jets, 49ers are definitely going to take quarterbacks. We believe somebody's going to trade up for that 4th spot and take a quarterback, and probably will be 5 quarterbacks taken in the top 10. That year, right now, when you look at Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, and Josh Rosen, the jury's still kind of out on Baker Mayfield. They had an incredible running game. They're a playoff team and all that, but I'm not going to say that Baker Mayfield is a top 10 quarterback. He's serviceable. Sam Darnold. Maybe Sam Darnold just was failed because he was a Jets quarterback, and the Jets are just a failing organization. Maybe he'll go to Carolina and become a really good quarterback if he hasn't already been ruined. But at this moment, you got to say, wasn't worth the third pick. Josh Allen is the real deal. You can definitely say, okay, that's a home runner. Although, if you look at his first two seasons, they were kind of meh. This past year after they got Diggs, it was incredible. So it does say something about having players around you. And Josh Rosen, I don't even know what team he's on now. He's been on 3 teams. Yeah. So if you say the jury's out on Baker Mayfield, only 25% of those 4 quarterbacks, you say, yeah, that's a franchise quarterback. If you say Baker Mayfield, then that's 50%. Okay, you follow where I'm going here? So as we look here at this draft where we might have 5 guys, maybe 2 of them, maybe, if you follow the statistics, will say, yeah, 2 of them will be a franchise quarterback. And that would be actually above the curve. So of these teams that are reaching for these quarterbacks, 3 of them are probably going to be disappointed and looking for another one. And let's finish this out real quick. 2019, Kyler Murray and Daniel Jones. Okay, Kyler Murray, you can say, yeah, he's really good. Daniel Jones, you know, I know Giant fans will say, Danny Dimes, I'll take him over Dak Prescott. Yeah, okay. Okay. And this past year, you got Joe Burrow. You got Tua. Joe Burrow got injured, but Joe Burrow showed a lot of flashes. He's on a really bad team, so you don't really know. Tua is being kind of wanting, and Miami is up there where they might take a quarterback. Just saying. And Justin Herbert. Herbert seems to be the real deal. So you could look at and say last year's draft, you got 2 out of the 3 top 10s. That's above the curve. But it's still a little early to tell because we've seen guys like RG3 have an incredible rookie year and then do nothing after that. So I say all this to say we're lucky to have Dak Prescott. We're lucky that we're not having to get into this mix of having to trade up and grab somebody and hope that they're going to be the guy. Because as you look at this, the chances of getting a franchise quarterback in the top 10 or even the top 5, it's not real good. Whew. Yeah. But this is the season of hope. I'm Mark Holmes, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. I will see you guys later. Make sure you tune into the live stream tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern. We're going to get live because that's what we do. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about this, Cowboy?